and I am a massage practitioner. I'm a kinesiologist. I also train baby massage instructors, and I've been a trainer since 2007. So I deliver trainings, throughout the UK. And I was introduced to the frequencies back in...
which frequencies are you talking about?
The Return to Love.
The Supercoherence
frequencies. Back in 2010, I think, and when I did the training with Thrity. And this is now, 2013, and I've had them with me every day. I wouldn't be without them. Amazing, on lots of different levels. So personally, obviously, it was to experience how they were for me personally, before feeling comfortable about talking to other people about them and introducing them with my clients. As a massage practitioner, I mentioned, I always use them now on the massage couch. So I would have them on their left and right appropriately, the colour, and then when they flip onto their back, I swap them over. And I noticed that people go into a deep relaxation with the massage. So it's enhanced my massage work, and it's just lovely to know that they're within that zero field anyway. I just trust then that the healing they receive, is at a deeper, more profound level for them. And so that's with my clients. Then with my kinesiology clients, when I use the same frequencies on the couch, the SRTLFs, I noticed that the pre-checks that I would ordinarily do before you go into the particular protocol that I was trained in, all those pre-checks were just done already, and that was done on a lot of the electrical corrections we would do before going into the particular issue, before then going into loading the previous stress and trauma around something, before going into a correction mode. So those pre-checks, I would spend normally, there'd be an opportunity to do probably 3 or 4 different corrections. Sometimes I didn't need to do any, or maybe just then the one. So that was much more efficient.
Before?
Oh, doing 3 or 4 this is even the pre-checks. What we'd call the pre-checks was much more simplified. And then when I would go in, say, to the protocol of looking at the issue, then it was even and when we go into what we call the correction gate, we'd have an opportunity to, you've got the issues been loaded into the system, is it like all the previous trauma, then go into the correction, what does your body want? And we'd have a whole array of choice. Whereas I might go to do sort of 3, 4 different corrections, it would now be 1 or 2. So just on every sort of level, there was just a simplification of it, or a less was required of me to do. And the pre-checks would be in terms of electrically, so somehow electrically the body was more in a state of balance in order then to proceed. And then when you're in the issue, the corrections, was much more efficient, or whatever one came up, I suppose must have worked on a deeper level or something, I don't know, but it was just quicker. So that was very interesting for me from a kinesiology point of view. So that's with my therapy, that's with my clients. And then for my trainings, when I'm then delivering trainings, and
what do you train?
So I train baby massage instructors. So this is over a 4-day training. It's an international curriculum of the International Association of Infant Massage. And I've been with students for 4 days, and then 3 of those days we have parents and babies come in.
Right.
For just like an hour after lunch, whereby that we have baby massage classes then happening. On the first time that the parents come in, I would teach the baby massage class for an hour, and students observe me, because some people haven't even seen the class happening, they don't know what it's all about and how the babies respond and all that, so it's all observing. So I then teach, and then the subsequent days the students get to teach an element of the class, so they're getting a real feel of what it is to hold a class and practice demonstrating the stroke, because we demonstrate everything on a doll, so the parents will copy what we do on the doll.
Okay.
And it's all baby led, it's according to the baby's cues, and it's all with their permission, and so it's all very respectful. It's about promoting nurturing touch and communication. That's is what we're doing to enhance the parent-baby bond, essentially. So we have and so I can have sometimes, I can have up to sort of 10, 12 babies sometimes come in that opportunity. I might be running a class for that, or it might be as few as sort of 3. It could be anything between 3 and sort of 10, say. And so you can imagine that sometimes when the babies start to fuss and cry, you know, it can get a little bit noisy. And if you've got like another sort of 10 or 12 students sitting around, there's quite a lot of people in that one room. And and then there's fairly high anxiety because the parents are there with their babies, and there's sort of an element of them being observed, and you know, the new experience with the babies, that's what's all going on. So it's sort of managing that sort of level of anxiety, but say sometimes then the babies will pick up on that and there could be the crying and so on. So, and part of our role then as instructors, as we're facilitators, is how do we manage crying? I mean, we need to be very comfortable around this, and sort of there's the baby's voice, and we're welcoming the crying as a communication. So the crying is okay, and we need to sort of manage our own feelings around that. But what I've observed is that I don't, because I always have the frequencies on me in my pockets, I don't really get much crying in the class. You know, generally it's a very calm space. And I have noticed a difference because clearly I was a trainer before I'd been introduced to the frequencies, so I have got some reference, but because that's now 3 years ago, you know, it's not, I've sort of forgotten that now and all to some degree, but I do know that all I can say now is that my classes generally now are very, there is a calmness, there's, you know, yeah, I think that the babies must feel something because, which maybe is a bit then misleading for my students, because then they have the expectation that the classes are all like this, well actually then they may go home and experience, you know, for real for them, that sometimes it can be a little bit more chaotic, but hey, that's part of their journey to sort of see how actually important the environment can be to. There is something anyway about the space being, you know, calm and conducive, and one's attitude also as being as calm, and you know, so that is an ongoing journey for an instructor anyway, to be able to sort of handle that. But it's just been an observation from my perspective. So I just use them all the time on all sorts of levels. Yeah, and then having done the second training more recently, feeling even more re-inspired and reminded. I've been reminded of the application, because a lot of that since 2010 I was using the Supercoherence return to love frequencies, whereas more recently been reminded of the female frequency and the panic to calm frequency, and I've been using the panic to calm frequency on photos of my mum mainly, who goes very much into adrenaline and overreactive states, and actually I've been observed some sort of calmer responses to her, less volatility, and she's aware they've been on her picture, and she, you know, she's happy with that, because she equally has got the set of frequencies herself, and she will wear them, you know, time to time, or she puts them in her pocket, so she's open to that, and but hadn't really experienced the panic to calm, because although I had it, I hadn't fully used, so it's just having a broader application now, so I'm interested in that.
Thank you.